going on, everyone? Jack here from Half Chrome, and I've got the Varun M26. It's a new edition of this mountain bike, dual suspension, pretty good looking bike. Batteries up front, interesting. Let's take it for a spin. Alright, so I'm going to explain to you a little bit about this Varun M26 e-bike. This is a newer version of the e-bike, and as far as I can tell, really the only upgrade is the LCD screen. You got an older screen with the first version, but this one has that newer upgraded screen. Now, it comes in this nice fancy box, and like most bikes in this price range, it's folding. And I don't know how convenient the folding really is. I think it's really mostly just so that they can package it in this box. It is roughly 65 pounds. That is 30 kilograms, give or take. So, is it really going to be convenient for you to fold this up to store it somewhere? I don't know. I guess maybe it saves a little bit of storage, but really, I think it's just for shipping. Now, putting this thing together is not incredibly difficult, and it's pretty much like every other e-bike you have to assemble. The rear wheel comes on, the front wheel needs to be assembled along with the pedals, the seat, any sort of fenders, and the handlebars, right? I did have to adjust the front brakes on this one, which was kind of a pain. If you're not super mechanically savvy, a couple of YouTube video searches and you'll be able to figure it out. But that was a moderate annoyance that I had to deal with. Yeah, all in all, I think this took me somewhere between half an hour and 45 minutes to put together. You need wire clippers. In a box cutter, I think that's the easiest way to do it. They do give you some tools, but I find using my own wrenches and sockets just makes my life a little bit easier. So, you can kind of decide how you want to do it. I suggest grabbing some headphones and, get after it. But not terribly difficult, pretty standard with most e-bikes in this price range, or in this class, I should say. All right, so let's talk a few specs when we're dealing with the Varun e-bike here. It has a 500 watt motor, peaks at 750, and that's going to give you, a top speed of roughly 20 miles an hour. Now, it is pedal assist. You can ride it like a bike, or you can just go full on throttle. And depending on how you ride will depend on your mileage, right? But in the best case scenario where you're doing some pedal assisted riding, they say you could get up to 50 miles. Now that's on a full battery, and that certainly is limited to, really good conditions. Other things that I like about this e-bike, it has a nice front suspension, and that's paired with a good rear suspension as well. So that is pretty nice. Now, it's not incredibly fast, like I said, top speed of 20 miles an hour, but you get enough power to get up small inclines, 10 to 30% grades. I had some hills that I rode on, and it was able to do the deal. So it does have a waterproof rating, so if you get caught out in the rain, you're going to be okay. Now, like pretty much all e-bikes, this has a 7-gear Shimano shifter, but you've got those 3 other gears, so essentially you have 21 gears to play with, like a good old-fashioned mountain bike. But let's be real, it's electric. You're probably just going to put in the heavy gear and let the pedal assist do the work. At least that's what I would do. Now, they are 26-inch wheels, and they're a solid-looking wheel. I like the design. They're not super fat tires, but pretty much standard mountain bike treads. And it does have dual disc brakes. We do have a nice headlight in the front, which is nice. There are no taillights in the rear, but we do have reflectors, of course. Now, the battery is up front, which is kind of different. it kind of mounts in that canvas bag. I kind of toyed with the idea of using some zip ties and kind of putting it, under the down tube, but who knows? That would make folding this thing a little bit more difficult. Although, like I said before, I'm probably not going to fold this thing up. Now I'm about 5'11" or so, and this bike was comfortable for me. My kids rode it; they're smaller. Chris has ridden this; he's larger, and it's roughly 65 pounds, I believe. So it's not super heavy, but it's also not very light. And it'll accommodate riders up to, they say, 330 pounds. So that's a good size. Now, this, of course, is a speed sensor, and it is a rear hub brushless motor. Bars gives you all the information that you're looking for while you're riding: speed, pedal assist mode, and things like that. Now, overall, I like the bike. It's nice that it's not super big and bulky. I like the design. I mean, it looks just like a standard old mountain bike. It doesn't have that super e-bike look to it. It doesn't have the giant fat tires. It's kind of a hidden gem in that regard. Now, you can get this on Amazon or on their website. I'll have links down below for both. And if you're going to buy it on Amazon, it is $319. And they have a $50 coupon that you can apply. Now, there's also a $200 shipping charge, but that still brings the bike in under $500, which is pretty good. It's hard to find a bike like this under $500. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. Good luck, everyone. Happy riding.